Hey.
What's up, Dipped with Sweet and Hot?
I'm Holly Chanel.
I'm Melanie Lauren, and that's the
And
name of the
this
podcast.
it's Dipped with Sweet and Hot. It's Dipped with Sweet
That's
and Hot.
what it is.
We
Hello,
here.
Dippers.
Yes.
We are
Mel,
back for some more fun.
we
Yes,
are
what's
back for
up?
some more fun. I'm I had to ask you right out the gate. How did you feel about that dating episode, homie?
Listen, I know I got the people talking. Everybody knows, nobody knows the trouble I've been through. That's all I gotta say. That's the song lyrics.
It is.
It was good though. I mean, all of this is coming out of my bag. I actually had to decide which stories I was going to share because there are so many.
Oh, you had to leave some on the cutting room floor.
Oh, there's plenty more where that came from. There's plenty more. I told y'all, just get ready for my book.
Sounds like we might need a part 2, homie. I don't know. We'll see what the season brings. Oh my goodness. So what you got? Let's kick it off like we always do with our sweet, with our hot. I know we ended a little spicy.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. You dropped the bomb on us last week.
I did.
And then just cut the mic off.
Like, and just walked away.
The people want to know what's going on. So we will delve into that.
Yeah, I like a little suspense. Yeah.
I appreciate it as well. You know, hey, you guys are back here to find out the rest. So it's a good thing. But okay, yeah. So I'll tell you about my sweet. But before I do that, I just need to make another announcement because the people need to.
They need to know. They need
to get used to the fact that, hey, y'all, you can now see us and watch our episodes on YouTube. So for our loyal listeners for the past 2 seasons, now you have an option. You can go to all those podcast platforms and listen to us like you have been doing. Or if you want to sit down and watch us, you can definitely find us on YouTube now and watch these entire episodes for season 3 on YouTube.
And here's the thing. I just want to impress upon you, if you are just listening to us right now, the facial features, the expressions, it really drives the point home. So you might want to rewatch some episodes that you've already listened to see, like, okay, what was Holly's face really doing when she said
it sounded like it was it sounded like there was side eye, but was there
really?
And then you can log on and find out. So we are Dipped with Sweet and Hot on YouTube. Definitely subscribe, like, and of course we're all on the socials at Dipped with Sweet and Hot as well. So we thank you guys for supporting us.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
All right.
Everywhere.
So okay, so super sweet. So what's sweet with you?
Okay, so it hasn't happened yet, but I'm excited. My family reunion is coming up this weekend.
Family reunion.
How can we say those words and it does not trigger that song?
A family reunion. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so family reunion is happening on my mom's side of the family for the first time in a long time.
You said is this weekend coming up?
It's coming up at the time of this recording. It is coming up this coming weekend. I'm so sorry. I know that face means that you're upset that you won't be able to attend, and I'm so sorry.
Just more reasons to be hot this week.
We will miss you. We will miss you. We too wanted you to be there.
I know.
As a surrogate member of the family, we wanted you to be there.
I know. Listen, I already talked to mom and pop about it, and I felt really, really bad. But I'm actually working on a project that would have like defeated the purpose of the travel. Okay. So I am very happy that the family is getting together. I am sorry that I will miss it, but I want pictures and a plate. Okay.
You're gonna have pictures. We'll throw the plate in the freezer.
Thank you.
For the next time you come down. But this is what I'm really excited about. So some very talented members of my family. And I have to give credit to my friend Melanie. I have another, yes, for those of you heard that correctly. I do have a friend who has the same name as me. Yes.
So I call her Curly Mel. Hey, sweets.
Because of how she wears her hair. But yes, so I got this idea from Melanie. So what we're going to have is one of my cousins who is a musician and composer. Ooh. He has composed an original family song. So we have, wait for it. So we have the original family song that we're going to debut at the family reunion. But then yours truly was tapped to create a line dance, an original family line dance to said family song. So we will be debuting the family song and the family line dance at this particular reunion.
I got a question. Are you Joe Jackson or Debbie Allen? Which one?
I probably lean a little more towards Debbie. We gonna keep it safe.
Okay.
I probably lean a little bit more towards Debbie, but it's all in good fun. See, in other spaces, I did have my big stick.
You had your big stick.
I do have history as a dance teacher. Fun fact about Melanie Lauren. And yes, I was definitely more Debbie Allen in those spaces. However, this is just easy. I showed it to my mom. I showed it to my cousin. I was like, hey, is this too hard? They were like, no, we like it. We like it. So even put a little fan action in there for the advanced.
What? With them fans? Come on now.
For the advanced line dancers. So I'm just looking forward to having a good time with the family this weekend.
You got levels to the line dance, fool?
We got it. You know, I'm going to have the option up. You can option up and like create. If you want a challenge, raise your hand.
I am hollering, but I'm also jealous that I'm going to miss this too. Yeah, I really am upset.
So in addition to your plate, and the photos, I will teach you the line dance and we'll have some footage of that as well.
So you teach me the line dance and then I do it and you can superimpose me as if I was there?
We'll work on
We'll talk about it. Okay.
TBD. Okay, so
yeah.
You hot.
Yeah.
You're hot. So tell us what you're hot about, because I have a feeling it relates to that bomb that you dropped on us at the end of the show last week for story time.
Yes, I am hot because I am currently unemployed. I am currently unemployed from a primary
income
perspective. Yes. Like we've got the podcast and we've got a couple of
listen, that's why y'all need to subscribe to this YouTube channel. The sisters need some help, okay?
Continue. Just a little bit, okay? For the sake, because we protect anonymity on the podcast. And I am so glad that I worked so many different jobs so that no one can like pinpoint exactly which it is.
Which job did she just quit?
Which job she just quit? Because here's the thing, like I'm not mad at the spot. I'm not mad at the place of employment. But what I recognize was that it was getting ready to become toxic, right? And so here's what happened. One day, actually, funny enough, this was Juneteenth, 2025. This was Juneteenth. And
shouldn't have been working anyway that day.
Shouldn't have been working anyway.
Look at God.
But listen, if you remember, Juneteenth was on a Thursday. Now, at this establishment, Thursdays were our payday. So imagine our surprise when we did not get paid on Thursday and received a very casual message on Thursday morning like, oh, because of the holiday, you're not going to get your money. It'll be tomorrow. Everybody knows that if a holiday falls on the payday, you run payroll early, right? Okay, fine. So I'm in charge of this joint.
The audacity.
First, audacity number one. Okay. But I'm in charge of this joint and I got to make sure that all of my employees are feeling good and ready to work because we're expecting a rush on Juneteenth, right? Because it's a federal holiday.
Sure.
In the middle of this rush, my manager decides to tell me that I'm not leading and that they're tired of the establishment running in chaos. And at that point, I was like, ooh, I don't know what to do. And I literally began to choke up and start crying. I began, but I never shed a tear because something in me just clicked and was like, no, you don't have to do this. You don't have to put up with this. Because when I tell you, like, I was in the middle of breaking a sweat, I was doing 3 or 4 other people's jobs because they were complaining about labor. So I had cut staff, which meant that I had to take on additional tasks. And in the middle of all of that, you tell me that I'm bad at my job. Ew.
Yeah. The audacity. Audacity number 2.
And audacity number 3, you're paying me at 50% of standard of industry standard. You're paying me, which I did. Fine, whatever. Okay. So at the point that I got ready to cry, I said, what we not gonna do is cry over 50% and shenanigans. And so for the first time in my life, I walked out of a job without a safety net.
Okay. So that leads us into our subject for today. Because our show, what we're going to be talking about today, is the audacity to break the rules.
And let me tell you, in my family,
it's not just your family. Like most people, the rule is don't quit your job until you have another one lined up.
Yep.
And without any kind of safety net or plan in place, you assessed in that moment and decided to break that rule.
Yep.
And say, I'm walking out of here because I don't have to take this.
It's time to go. And I'm going to tell you what other rule I broke too. I walked out on Juneteenth, and the next day I submitted a letter of resignation effective upon receipt. See, a lot of people like to give 2 weeks because we were told growing up, you got to give 2 weeks. You got to give 2 weeks for everybody. No. Illinois is an at-will employment state, and that goes both ways.
You better know the legal code.
That goes both ways.
Okay.
So just like an employer in Illinois can fire you without cause because it's an at-will employment state, you can quit without notice as well.
Interesting.
And so that's another
that's another rule that you broke. And I know somebody's listening thinking that that was, maybe having some thoughts about the fact that you did that. And what I will say, we don't even have time for us to go into how that was the last straw.
Yeah.
There had been several straws on this camel's back. And that was the last straw.
All of the straw, all of the water had been replaced with straws in this camel's hump. Had been
many a straw.
Many a straw. Just I'm sorry, I digress. I will take an analogy way too far. Okay.
But needless to say, audacity in abundance
abounds.
Breaking some rules. So we're going to talk about audacity to break the rules, and we have a very special guest joining us who knows something about audacity in a different way. So that's one of your stories of audacity breaking the rules. And we've got somebody else who has dared to chart her own course with some things and break some unspoken rules in her own way, spoken, unspoken, common. And I just want to bring in my friend and fellow actress and director, Tiffany Yvonne Cox. Come on in, Tiffany.
I'm coming in. I'm coming into the YouTube, into the podcast.
Yes. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
Looking lovely, looking beautiful.
Thank
you.
So
you've just gotten a little bit of taste of the foolery that we do here on the Dip with Sweet and Hot.
Feels like home. It feels like I should be at the cookout too.
Yeah,
so Holly's not this bad.
Join us.
Yes.
Yes. But so I have to explain to the people how you got here for this particular topic. So recently, Tiffany and I were having dinner, and we were just catching up. We hadn't seen each other in a long time. And so I was telling her about the podcast and about this whole season that we're doing about the audacity, And as soon as I said it, Tiffany goes, "Girl, you speaking my language."
not the hair roll.
The hair roll was going. The weave was popping. It was everything. Yes.
And so we chatted about it, and I was just like, okay. I said she definitely could relate. The message of audacity, and specifically like positive audacity, that propels you forward, is something that really resonated for her and that she feels like has been in place in her life. So I'm like, well, girl, let's talk about it. Let's come on the podcast and let's talk about it.
Absolutely, but I'm gonna take one audacious moment here. Tiffany, you look
Mhm.
real familiar to me, sis.
Yeah, you too. You know, while y'all was talking, I was Googling you up. I was like, well, we know all the same people. Like, how did I
Maybe
miss
we
you
do
in
know each
Chicago?
other.
I don't know. Or we passed some point.
I'm sure we've met, but Tiffany, I'm sure people are looking at this on YouTube and wondering
Why does she look
from
familiar?
where do we know Miss Tiffany Yvonne Cox?
Right. You know, so there's this little show on Hulu
Mhm.
that is EP'd by Kerry Washington, Larry Wilmore. We have the incredible showrunner, Ramla Muhammad, our producers, Tamara Gregory, Will McDonald Pilar, and it's called
Yes.
Reasonable Doubt.
Yes,
We
it
have our
is.
third season premiering on September 18th. We'll be dropping 2 episodes, and I play Autumn, who is the best friend to the lead.
Yes. Now
Fantastic.
listen, I and thank you for mentioning that, Holly, because I know the people were probably out there wondering that. Like, where do I know her face from? Where do I know her face from? And like you mentioned, season 3 is coming up.
Yes.
Listen, I know you can't tell us what's gonna happen on season 3, but let me say this. What little teaser for those of us like me who are Reasonable Doubt fans and we watch the show, we follow the show. What little teaser can you give us to, like we need to tune in and watch season 3?
Well, if anybody reads the dailies, like
Mm-hmm.
Variety, Deadline, that kind of thing, you might have seen some new faces. We have Joseph Sikora joining us. He played Tommy in the
Oh.
Power series. Let me tell you, he was such a
Ooh.
kind human. He is such a
Nice.
kind,
And with some Chicago
humble,
roots.
wonderful human. Yeah, with some and a Chicago accent, boy. Chicago accent. Joseph, that accent's thick. He knows this though.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So good. Some good stuff to be. Listen, we'll be watching, rooting for
Thank you.
you, rooting for the show. It's been a fun ride with you guys so far. So looking forward to more for
Yeah.
season 3 for sure. So tell us,
Yes.
what is it about the audacity? Like, what does that mean to you, and why was that speaking your language?
There's so many facets of my life that never moved forward until I had the audacity to break the rules.
Mm.
And I feel like so many of us women, also so many Black women, were placed into this box and this place and all of this where we're not allowed to like breathe and just be and fail forward and just be your full authentic self. I think there's a lot of good girl syndrome for women.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
there is a lot of perfectionism, of recovering perfectionism, perfectionists out there, right? Right? All of us raise our hands.
I don't want to claim it, but yeah.
So when you said the theme was audacity, I was like, yes, yes, yes. Just in all ways, like I need people to stop following the rules. I need people to like just go forward with whatever their bliss, passion, joy at the moment is. I mean, also obviously be a respectful human being. Like don't be
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
trash,
Mm-hmm.
but you're allowed to be loud and proud with your belief systems or your desires or where you want to go in the next portion of your life. You're allowed to have the audacity to ask for those things. Yes,
Um,
yes.
but you were talking about, how things started to happen for you in your own life in a lot of different areas when you started to break the rules and just encouraging other people to do that. So I'm
Hmm.
curious, like, how has that shown up for you? Like, give us an example.
Right. Oh my gosh, I got so many examples. You know, I'm gonna start with a simple one because I think this is something that relates to everybody, artist or not. It
Mm-hmm.
was speaking up even in friendships of what I need
Oh,
and making
So,
sure.
yes.
go ahead.
Mhm.
I'm not going to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You know, so like, and again, good girl syndrome. And I grew up moving 14 times. I went to 8 different schools. I was
Mm-hmm.
always the new kid. So I was a chameleon and I would like mold into whatever this new community needed because I needed to make friends immediately. Now, later in life as an adult and through lots of therapy and prayer, it was like, let me find what my voice as Tiffany is, whatever my
Mm.
nondescript accent is, also what my opinion is on different things, and not being afraid to speak up. And when I did start to speak up on like, oh gosh, it could be simple things. It could be on set and I didn't like the way somebody did something. I would say it. versus being scared to be like, oh, I don't want to offend anybody.
Mm.
Or maybe there is some event or something we're going to do together and I just don't feel like going. Then all of a sudden, Tiffany's not the one that shows up to absolutely every single thing. I'm a mother of 2 baby dragons and a wife. Like, I'm tired.
Tiffany,
I am tired.
Listen, do you need a nap,
what's
friend?
her
Do
girl's
you
name
need a nap?
from Game of Thrones?
Yes,
Draconian
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
That's my
Daenerys.
cousin. Yes,
Cousin.
Daenerys is
That's
my
your
cousin.
cousin.
Yes.
Girl, she said 2 baby dragons.
So
Whom you
so
love dearly.
Who I love dearly. Dearly.
when when you begin to make the shift, right?
Right.
And to break these rules, can you point to a time where you knew where you saw it happen? You're like, oh, I broke this rule and it netted this. Oh my gosh,
Exactly.
this is a game changer for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, what was my return on investment in myself?
Mm.
Mm,
The
Mm.
quality of people around me. To be honest
Mm.
with you, the quality of people around me. And it was like a subtle shift, but it was enough. I needed to be with people who were ambitiously moving forward, and it was okay not being perfect and polite while doing it. I
oh,
mean,
That's a
let's
really
take a
important
look.
point.
that's a
Right, let's
bar.
there is a beautiful 90s actress that we all know,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and she was like, "Well, what if people," somebody asked her, like, "What if folks said about," it was either her being difficult or just people being difficult, and she was like, "Ugh, I hate that." She was like, "Nobody moved forward by being polite." And I just loved that. And so I just felt as if the when I was pickier in the world of what I desire, how I'm going to show up in the spaces I want to be in, it was something where it attracted that version of people too, who were very
Mm,
opinionated. And also those version of opinionated people I loved. Like I went to
Mm.
we have this area in LA called Temecula. It's
mhm.
wine country area,
Mm-hmm.
and was with some of these wonderfully audacious friends. And we went into this wine bar and they had told us that we could go to the rooftop. Somebody was a member. And they were like, oh no, 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 because da, da, da. And she was like, bump that, figure out a way for us to be out there. And she got us 15 beautiful Black women to enjoy our rooftop glass of wine during the
Yes.
sunset. It's just people who are not afraid to speak up and also ones who can take a critique and you can still have a
Mm,
friendship.
That's so
mhm,
important.
mhm.
Yes, people who are willing to grow and it's not the end all be all of the friendship because you said something that didn't feel good to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's allowed to be a moment of us growing together.
Absolutely. Yep.
I
Yeah.
love what you said about like seeing the return on the investment in your own quality of life and seeing the
Right.
return on the investment in terms of the circle that is around you. So maybe there's someone missing from that
Hmm.
circle, but the people that are still there
Yeah.
and like the quality of that dynamic and like how
Hmm.
much that feeds you. So I love that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
would like to point out the audacity that it takes, you and I being Black actors, Black actresses. Like, I would like to point out the audacity that it takes for a Black actress to have that attitude. I'm sure it takes audacity in any industry, but especially in our industry when so much of our existence, our livelihood can depend on whether or not someone wants to hire us.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
speaking of your audacity within the industry itself,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
word on the street is that you're a supreme advocate for Black and brown stylists and makeup artists and whatnot. And I'm going to name check Lanisa Renee Frederick, friend of
Yeah,
mine.
my baby.
I
Yes.
love her. And
Lanisa is the best.
she's an old friend of mine, but she was the first time that it came to my awareness that
Hmm.
you all show up to work and don't have people from your experiences that know how to work with your person, not just
Hmm.
you as an artist, but like your skin tone and the hair that's coming out of your head. So can you talk to me about how you broke that rule and just started speaking up and advocating.
Happily. So this was something that us actors would talk about amongst ourselves all the time. And I got tired of just talking about us. And I was like, wait, what's the problem? Like, why has this not been fixed? And also, why
Mhm.
are we only talking about it amongst ourselves? I was like, there's a disconnect, there's something happening. So that's when I decided to move into leadership with SAG-AFTRA. That's the Actors Union for on screen. It's not
Yes.
just actors, it's actors, it's dancers, it's hosts, it's beyond that.
FYI, we're
So
all members in case anybody's looking to hire.
yes.
We're all members. Okay.
We are all
Continue.
union,
That's
pro
Continue.
right.
union,
Go
That's
you.
right?
right.
So I decided to run because I was like, you know what? I can't just keep on talking about this thing. We need to
Mm.
actually do something about it because it's a shame that I don't know a single Black actor or actress who has not had a horror story on set when it comes to somebody doesn't know their hair or somebody has them stepping out looking purple or gray,
Mhm.
or if somebody has some form of textured hair, even the curly girlies who might be our brown sisters and brothers,
Mhm.
and then their hair gets singed off. Or being told that
Mhm.
a look is unprofessional, or you come to set and you know good and like I came to set with some Bantu knots in, and someone was like, "Yeah, that looks great." I was like, I am playing a scientist in a lab. I'm not going to have Bantu knots in. These are just to get the texture of my hair. I was like, you don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
And so this has been going on for forever since you saw the first Black person on screen. So I took this to our union. I created a resolution during our convention and great applause. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, thank God, looking for protections. And then it never went into negotiation. I was like,
What?
"What?"
Mm.
And I asked it when I was like, when we're in there, like we were having talks, I was like, "So what happened?" This was came to great applause. And they were like,
Mhm.
"Well," and this is true. This is just it's negotiations for a reason. Negotiations for a
Mhm.
reason. They have to weigh what they're going to be going about. But see, I was like, I'm not going to stop right there. Let me go ahead and do my own research. So I started something called moving the dial. And we had the perfect storm occur of COVID where we were
Mm.
all at home and people were looking for things to do. And since I was on the board of SAG-AFTRA, I was allowed to go after some A-listers and those who had been in the union for a while to get them to be a part of this little mini coalition I was creating to educate ourselves on what was going on. So those people are like Yvette Nicole Brown, Jason George, Michelle Hurd, Lisa Ann Walter, Cheryl Lee
Yeah,
Ralph.
yeah,
The
yeah.
names go on and on, Ezra Knight. Um,
Yeah.
and we just started educating ourselves on like what's going on, why is this a problem? And it's because when hair and makeup artists go to be certified, there's like maybe a section on textured hair. It's not learned on the way um, those that are not a part of the global majority are learned on the straight hair. So they're
Mhm.
receiving this a little piece. And what we learned from an artist that came and talked to us, she was like, yeah, I had to go somewhere else to get the education on it. She was like, we don't get
Mhm.
certified in it with this. And then there is color theory. They do learn this when it comes to the different colors of a face, but they don't practice on it
Practice.
as
Yep.
Right.
often
Yep.
with those of the global majority. So we were like,
Mhm.
this is an education thing. So coming to that educational point, we were once again able to come up with another resolution and put it forward. And this time it was pushed forward. So now we have codified language within our union that we have to have a qualified person on set to be able to do actors of color and those with textured hair, and also must provide a consultation beforehand. So
Yes.
either they provide it or the actor, there's a space for them to ask for it because we got to make sure that our actors are comfortable to
Yeah.
do that. And so the next step as well is that, well, so I collected a bunch, I had tons of stories, tons of stories. I had it in pamphlets because of those anonymous stories in a pamphlet. And that went from the background actor all the way up to the A-listers were the names. I was like, are you kidding me? This is happening. This happened to you last week. That's
Mhm.
wild.
Yep.
Right.
Sent that in, and though them having those examples is what made the difference to push this language forward. So now we're going further though with it. Jason George and Michelle Hurd were just in DC with pushing for that when it comes to the Crown Act, as we're a part of that coalition
Mhm.
as
Yes.
well, and
Yes.
figuring out ways to how do we make them actually do what they're supposed to do. Because there's one thing of having language, but then also how do we continue to make sure
Implement.
they're actually doing what they're supposed to
It's
do? They have a
enforcement.
enforcement, making
Mhm.
sure we have a special hotline now. So instead of me collecting the stories, call
Call
SAG-AFTRA.
the
You call
hotline.
SAG-AFTRA,
Yeah.
call the hotline, tell them what happened. They will keep you safe. They will keep it anonymous, but they need this collective data because the
Absolutely.
next step is to make sure to give you the compensation
Mm-hmm.
for when you're coming in with your hair done, when you're coming in with
Mhm.
the makeup and such, and doing it in a
Mm-hmm.
way where that's not the default for production, because we don't want that to happen.
Right.
Because
Right.
Right.
people can be
Right. I
lazy in
still
that way. We don't,
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right. But we want it to be so that it's fair
Right.
if
Absolutely.
this travesty happens again on set.
Listen,
You better
kudos to
break them
you.
rules.
Yeah, kudos to you for the audacity, number one, to decide to do something that it was within your power to do something to address a common problem, a very common problem. I faced it, you faced it, everybody we know has faced it. And for you to say, hey, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and be a part of a solution for this and like see this through. So number one, that. Number two, thank you as a member of SAG AFTRA. I actually thank you for your work because the last time that I was booked on the show, I had a whole appointment with hair and makeup pre-shoot day.
Awesome.
And that is not something that has happened to me all the time.
And this is the education part, and yes, some of this is like just pure blindness, but there
Mhm.
is an education portion because we had a panel with the PGA, DGA, SAG-AFTRA, and on that panel, she said very honestly, she was like, guys, I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know this.
PGA is Producers Guild. DGA is Directors Guild. Correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
You got it correct.
Okay.
Thank you for defining that. Exactly. So all these different guilds together, and it was again COVID, and this was done via Zoom. And one of the women who is from the Producers Guild of America, PGA, she was like, I didn't know this was a problem. And she was like, I have to tell you in full honesty, she was like, people thought it was a vanity thing. We didn't know that they actually didn't know how to do you guys' hair and makeup. And I was, and the chat went wild.
Of
Not
course.
against her, just against
The idea.
the idea of the
Yeah.
reality of it. It's like, oh, they don't know, but we gotta, this is reality, and this is why it's education, right? Because
Mhm.
there's even a scientific thing that white people literally don't see black people. You know how they don't be moving on the sidewalk? White folks out there who talk, I am saying this right now.
No, they don't. They don't. And
But this
it's
is a science.
and it's color blindness. They think we all look alike.
Yeah, this is a scientific thing. So this is not something Tiffany's opinion. You can go look this
No.
up.
Yeah.
It is noted that literally white people don't see us on the sidewalk. So sometimes that's why, and this is ingrained this is why this stuff from way back down to slavery and beyond is why this is still here today, because it's stuff that was ingrained into our DNA. So take that example and then take it into what I'm talking about right now, where for years it's been completely missed that Black people have been doing their hair and makeup or fixing it because those on set who are hired don't know how to do us. So it's a lack of education, not knowing. They didn't know this was a problem. They didn't know what to put that towards.
Let me push back though, because I have a problem with you assuming that my inquiry about this was vanity. That you're automatically assuming that I am less than and I shouldn't deserve to feel to look my best self. Like,
and that pushback is absolutely correct. But also you got to remember these producers are coming from a place where they just lost the location that they were supposed to have for a hospital. And then they're thinking about, oh, well, this actor's not coming out of their trailer. They're number one. And we do this. Oh, we just ran out of money. We went over budget. And now we're going to get in trouble with Disney. And then you just came and said, this person's not doing my makeup correctly. They are literally categorizing their 10,000 things they got to do. And yes, we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Is it correct? No, of course it's not correct.
I just wonder if a white person came and said someone didn't do their makeup correctly, it wouldn't be a vanity issue. They would say, hey, go do her makeup correctly.
Right.
And here's what I'm getting
or
at.
They would go fire that person. They're like, are you kidding me?
But here's what I'm getting at. Equity benefits everybody. Yeah. Because if I look great on camera as a melanated person, your product looks better.
Absolutely.
Your product looks 10 times better. People want to watch it, and you get a different audience for those who identify with the person that's on the screen. And I don't understand why in 2025 or why you had to beyond 2020 go this far to have these folks recognize that. I'm glad that we're here. I'm glad that it happened. You better late than never, but the audacity.
Yes, and yes. And so this conversation that Holly, Melanie, Tiffany here and I are having, this is the exact energy and conversation that we were having with ourselves with actors. And I said, you know what? How can we have this conversation with them who can make the decisions and change it?
And change
And as well, there's also there's the energy you have to come with it too, right? And just real talk, you know, because if I came Holly, how you came at them, they're not going to change a damn thing.
Oh, of course,
right,
absolutely,
right.
Yeah.
But if it was a thing of, we got to talk about why you guys are missing this. There's an educational component, which is true. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we didn't know. Okay, let's find a way to fix it. And then they put it into the freaking contract. Yeah. Which was a fight. It was, guys, when I tell you it was a fight, I was in that room.
Oh, I believe it.
And it was a fight.
I have no
everything's
trouble
in negotiation. That. We don't have language for our background actors. That was something that we had to leave on the floor this past negotiation. Hopefully the next one coming up, we can get the background actors into it, which that's what she was talking about, Holly. Like the difference, there shouldn't be, in my opinion, there should not be a difference between the background and principal actors.
Sure.
Of them receiving equitable practices as human beings.
Absolutely. I said it once, I'll say it again. You know, the fight takes energy, the fight takes commitment, the fight takes audacity. And so I just fan the flames of that audacity in you, in me, and everybody, you know, who's listening. And before we let you go, I just want to switch gears just a little bit. And I just happen to know that audacity in your world has shown up into you stepping into some other roles and like being able to expand your artistry in some different ways. We all know you as the wonderfully talented actress, but y'all, Tiffany's a director. Tiffany is also a director. And I want you to tell the people about your latest project that you were working on.
Definitely. And I have the blessing right now to say, oh, which one? Because things are just
clock it.
Come on.
Clock it.
Yes.
So when Melanie and I had our sit down and I got to learn about this podcast and the theme of audacity and all of that, I noted to her that my career didn't shift until I had the audacity to speak up for myself and place myself in rooms where I was like, I can't speak to an executive
and break the rules, right?
Showrunner.
Like tying it back to the theme of this podcast. Like it's as an actor, we are not empowered to go and have these conversations with the showrunner. Exactly. Like you're supposed to show up, do your work,
job, and leave
your
out.
job, and it's you're breaking the rules when you decide to step out of that. So
very much so. Like people, like you don't go straight to Obama first. You go to the assistant. You know, we are taught these things, and I have to give it up to Career Activate, led by Jonah Shao, because she breaks the rules all over, but she does it from a business mindset. So she took all these courses, like business courses, and she applies it to the actor realm. So again, I noted like I am a very personable person because I moved all my life, and I realized, oh, that's my superpower. And then when she told me I had the permission to talk to anybody, I was like, I don't have to wait for the casting director. I don't have to wait for my agent.
I don't have to go through that proper channel.
Right. I don't have to go through proper channel. I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? So once I applied that in different realms as an actor, but then as what happened was that people started asking me to direct some of their projects. And I was like, so I'm not a director. And they were like, well, we like the way you tell stories. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll try this directing thing out. And it was fun and I liked it. Then I directed one of my own pieces and it was fun and I liked it. Somebody hired me onto their piece. It was fun and I liked it. And then comes to Reasonable Doubt. And I'm listening to some podcasts about directing and I'm like, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously and shadow one of the directors on my show. So I did that last season for season 2, and I got a chance to do it as well. Here we are in season 3, Pete Chapman and Anton Cropper are 2 that I shadowed, which just even having the chance to shadow a director is not something that comes easily,
That's
comes to
right.
people easily.
Mhm.
But having the audacity to think outside of the box and be like, what else can I milk out of this moment, this wonderful
Absolutely.
moment of being on a hot show? Let me build this skill set. And while I was building that skill set as well, ding, 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 I was like, let me shoot something. So each season on the weekend, I would shoot a short film. So I shot just, one short film per
I
season.
was
Let me be clear.
I was
Okay.
like, every weekend?
Every weekend.
Got some Tyler Perry energy in here.
Right?
Just churning up.
Girl, do you sleep?
Do
Look
you
at
sleep?
that. Yeah.
No, right, I know, right? Right. No. So, and what I would do is I would grab whatever crew I could and say, hey, I'm working on this thing. And actually, what I noted, I was like, do you know somebody who's available? And they're like, I'm going to be
I'll do it.
available.
Yep.
Because one, they were like, this is where I get to do my real art. They were like, that's corporate.
Yes.
But this is where I have a say in how the lighting is going to be. I have a
Yep.
say on da 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 da. And so that was amazing to have people come on in that way. So I did that last season. So this past season, I just directed a beautiful piece called Somebody's Mother. It was one of the writers on our show who wants to continue to be an actor and she needs more work for her reel. I was like, well, you should shoot something. She was like, yeah, I got to find a director. I was like, well, if you're interested, I know people. You can also, I can put my name pot. She was like, I want you. I said, okay, let's do it. And we did it. So we're in post production for that. And then
Yes.
another writer from the show put my name forward for another woman. And so I interviewed with her and I'll be flying back to Atlanta to shoot her short film in October.
Come
Yes,
on.
God is so good. And right
All the
now I am
time.
all the time. And I have my own feature film that I know I'm going to be filming in the fall. And so I'm doing an investor reading. And again, have the audacity to ask for what you need. So I don't know when
Yes.
this comes out. So this might already happen by the time it's out. But this investor reading, I just again calling and using relationships. I asked my friend who has a membership at Soho Warehouse in LA if there's a way that we could do the event there. Now we have a series called the Green Light series where scripts get to come with high-level
Yes.
actors, and it's in a space where we have distributors, sales agents, executives, and they get to hear this thing and prayerfully will take it from the page and actually invest it into it on the screen. And for the very first one that we have, I was able to get Miss Pauletta Washington, Denzel Washington's wife. Yes, 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 yes. Let me not even qualify her with that.
That's
Miss
what I said.
Pauletta
Miss
Yeah, she's an
Pauletta.
artist in her own
In her
right.
own
Yeah.
right. I
Right.
love
I was
her.
like, I need more people to hop onto her. But while
Yep.
while she has a little bit more time, I'm on the Miss Pauletta train.
There
So Miss
you go.
Pauletta Washington, Jason George, Sean Patrick Thomas, myself,
Ooh.
Armand Fields from Chicago, and my dear friend Michael Anthony Spady, who was just on The Residence. We will be doing a reading of my feature film called SBS Single Black Shepherd.
Yeah.
I'm making you proud, baby.
Listen, you are. And look, y'all, that was more than I even knew. Like she gave me so many things.
Yeah, I mean,
look, go ahead about that life. Listen.
What's 4 plus 4? 8. Okay.
Come on. Tiffany, I'm so proud of you. Like, it is just a joy to see you doing these things. And I hope you guys heard what she said. Like, she's obviously working in the arts, but whatever lane of life you're in, whether it's in your personal relationships, whether it's with your industry,
it's definitely applicable.
Have the audacity to advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Have the audacity to be bold and ask for what you want and for what you need. And I hope that as you have listened to Tiffany share her stories today about this, that has inspired you to do the same. Tiffany, where and how would you like people to support you? How can they support you? How can they support these projects?
Thank you. Definitely. So y'all can all follow me on IG under Tiffany Yvonne Cox. I'm also on TikTok. TikTok can use some love, y'all. Find me on the TikTok as well. I need to give it some love too. I'm not very good on that, but I'm super active on IG with Tiffany Yvonne Cox. And you can find me everywhere on the internet, www.tiffanyyvonnecox.com. If you want to email me, Tiffany Yvonne Cox at Yahoo or Gmail. You can just Google my name and you'll find me. And I am one that responds just because I have been a person who does a cold email or a cold reach out, and I really work hard to respond immediately. If I have not responded immediately, it's because of my baby dragon. honestly. Or I'm probably asleep taking a nap.
Well deserved.
Right.
Well
So you give a
deserved.
little nudge and I'll get back to you because I just understand what it is to need just a little bit of encouragement
Yeah.
to follow your bliss that just seems a little different from the grain, or just needing a little push in the industry in order to like figure out like how do I get past this hamster wheel of co-star land, or I'm still a
Yes.
background, or even shoot moving on beyond guest star, you know. So I'm happy to give a little nudge
Mm-hmm.
to help you on your path, or give at least one tool, you know, that supported me on
Mm-hmm.
my own path.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And thank you for
awesome.
that, because it is important that in that audacity that you pay it forward, that some of those
Yes.
benefits that you've reaped that you share with others. Yeah.
Exactly. That same course I was talking about, Career Activate, I highly recommend to everybody. And if you
I
do,
follow her. Yeah.
right. And if you
Mm-hmm.
sign up, you use my name, okay? I get a little kickback. I'm be honest.
Listen,
But she says,
we need to know.
right. She says, be a go-giver. You lead with that. Be more giving than taking. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I already did that. But the way she shares how to do it within the course, which is very unique and specified, and you need to go through the course to do it, it's so beautiful. And it's a way that you're giving to people and to the world, where it makes just everything, including yourself, blossom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for being such a giver.
Yeah.
And we had such fun with you
This was
today.
Did.
fun. Yeah, thank you
The
for having me.
audacity to break the rules and then to enjoy the fruit of breaking those rules and to
Yes.
pay it forward. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
We
God bless y'all.
appreciate you,
Go
Thank you.
take
Thank
care
you.
of those
Thank you.
baby dragons. They've been
Rawr.
behaving while we've been doing this.
Dracaris.
Y'all take care. Thank you.
You
See you next
too.
time.
All righty. Thank you to Tiffany
Yeah,
Yvonne
I just
Cox.
love her energy.
Man, such
And all that she's doing. Definitely follow her on the socials and online and
absolutely.
everything. She said her TikTok needed some love. So you can keep up with these stories and these films that she's directing and everything that she's doing in the creative space.
Absolutely. And if you don't do anything else, take a page for her. Have some audacity to break
Have
the
some
rules.
audacity to break the rules in a good way,
In a good way.
in a
In a good
positive
way.
way.
All right,
Um,
friends. It's time for story
it
time.
is, or
Time
as
for
I
story
like to
time.
call it, I know you lying.
I know you lying.
You triggered me actually earlier. I have
Oh,
something that I want to talk about for story time because you were talking about the previous episode about audacity and dating. You were
right.
still talking about that at the beginning of this episode,
Yeah.
and you made me think about something
I
that happened to me, and it definitely satisfies the audacity requirements.
So here we go. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, Melanie reconnected with someone in her adulthood with whom she had had a brief little high
Dalliance.
school relationship.
Okay.
Okay. We reconnect. We see each other out at a public event. Reconnect. Hey, how you doing? What's up? How's it been? Haven't seen or talked to each other since high school. We're both
Okay.
very grown at this time, right?
Okay.
And we start dating again and hit it off again the second time. And so we had sort of established a pattern of like talk. We talk to each other every day. Um, call, like usually text during the day, followed up with a call at night, that kind of thing. And so one day I texted him in the afternoon and I was just like, hey, what's up? You know, something I said something. And he didn't respond. Melanie is never one. I'm not a smotherer. Okay.
Okay.
So my assumption is if I send you one text, like I'm generally not gonna text you or leave another message because I feel like if you got the second one, you got the first one. So like, you know what I mean? Whatever. So I just waited to see to like him to respond. Saturday morning, still no response. More than I probably text him at like, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock Friday afternoon. Saturday
Okay.
morning, I still have no response. I am the type of person where, especially if it's someone that I care about, go too long without responding to me, and I start having genuine concern that something has
Right.
happened to you. But I sent a follow up text and I said, hey, I'm just trying to make sure that you're okay. Not trying to control you because I know
That's
that's
reasonable.
That's another conversation that people have been dating a lot. I'm not trying to control you or your whereabouts. You don't need to report anything to me. At this point, I just need to know for my own sanity that you're alive. So can you just like text me back and let me know that you're okay?
Mm-hmm.
Still no response.
Oh wow.
No response. No response. He calls me a couple of hours after that. I answer the phone and I'm like, hello? Like, hey, are you okay? And he's very nonchalant. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And so I was like, okay, well, I just wanted to make sure because you didn't respond and that's not normally like you. And I was concerned that like something had happened, whatever. This man had been in the hospital earlier. Okay, let me put that in there. He had been in the hospital. So my concern about something happening where he was not okay was legit. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, that's cool. I said, listen, I'm not trying to control. You ain't got to tell me. I just, I would just like appreciate it. Like I was just trying to find out you were okay. And do you know what he said? And I'm gonna say it just like he said it.
Okay.
He said, well, I was unavailable. And with that, my name is Melanie Lauren.
And I'm Holly Chanel.
We're gonna break it down next week on Dipped with Sweet and Hot.
I know you lying.